It's summer, school's ended, and the pressure's fucking on. My parents want me to go to college. I'm completely against it, and I've been trying to convince them for a year to let me not go to college and to be okay with it. So I have to make a decision. Do I bet on myself and follow my own path and stick to my intuition of not going to college, trust my gut instinct that I'm gonna be able to figure it out anyways? Or do I just follow my parents' safe path that they laid out for me and go to college for 4 years, get a good job that keeps me above water, and just live the rest of my life mediocre? Live the rest of my life feeling like I could have been something, but I never got the chance to see what would have happened. And so, as always, as a man, it comes down to a single decision. And that decision, no matter what it is, it's going to be your responsibility and it's going to be your outcome. And once I realized this, I realized, well, if I'm going to make a decision for myself, then and I have to bear the outcome and the responsibility of it anyways, then why would I pick somebody else's decision for me? I'm going to bet on myself. And so I didn't go to college. My father called me a failure. My mother was scared shitless. My girlfriend was telling me that I should have gone to college. And I was the only rock in the entire river that wasn't moving and said, I am not going to college. Fast forward a few months later, I have a job as an appointment setter, basically making money online, and I couldn't be happier with where I'm at the moment. I'm growing my YouTube channel, and I see a clear trajectory to success in the next 5 years, and I'm only 18. And I look back and I think, what if I wouldn't have bet on myself? What would have happened? And then I extrapolate this to every other young man's life. We constantly have the opportunity to bet on ourselves, and we don't do it. And we don't do this rather, because we have a fear of failure. We have a fear of what happens if I bet on myself and the parlay doesn't hit. What happens then? I fail. And yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say that you're invincible, that this is a sandbox game where you can just restart the level. No, you're gonna face the consequences. But who said the consequences were bad? And also, if you don't bet on yourself, then you're automatically betting on somebody else's version of you or somebody else's life that they want you to live. And so if you're happier with that, then I don't know, maybe somebody cut your balls off. But I think 90% of men trust their intuition enough to understand that they're happier winning or failing on their own terms than being average on somebody else's terms. And it's something that I had to come to terms with, is that what the fuck else are you gonna do but bet on yourself your entire life? Bet on yourself like a fucking gambling addict, because there is nothing else that there is to do. It is your life, nobody else's, and there is nobody else that is going to bet for you. Why would you not take the risk and the chance to give yourself the highest possibility of getting where you want to go? Why are you going to give that to the hands of somebody else? And I'll tell you what'll happen. Two things. You'll either win and you'll cash out, or you'll learn. And both of these, on a long enough time frame, are winning. I want you to really dig that into yourself. Both of these on a long enough time frame are winning. So really, is there that much risk involved? Because let's say I hadn't gone to college and I had failed, and right now I didn't have a job. I would have learned. And I would have learned what I did wrong. I would have learned what I could have done better. And I would have learned to, next time, have a skill before I don't go to college and work on that. And I would have had a tremendous sense of urgency to learn that skill. And so right now, I would still be fine. And I 1000% trust in myself that I would have been fine regardless. But in any case, the way I see it, I won. I cashed out. I got a great job in a place that I wanted to go, where I see a clear trajectory of where I want to be. And I did it on my own terms, and there is deep, deep power in that. So reflect on your life. Reflect on your everyday life, as a matter of fact. What opportunities do you miss because you're scared of betting on yourself? Whether that be job-wise, whether that be financials, whether that be going up and talking to that girl who the day of tomorrow could bear your children and you can have a beautiful family with. Whether that be not going to college, whether that be going to college but studying something that you want to study. Anything in this world is useless if you don't bet on yourself. Because if you don't bet on yourself and you end up living some reality that you didn't want in the first place, then is that really life? Or is that just existence? And all you have in this world is yourself. And I don't say this in an emo way. Of course, your parents are there. Of course, your family is there. If you believe in God, God is there. I say this in a way that it's just utter responsibility as a young man. You have to understand that nobody else should or would have your back if it came down to it but yourself. And so who else are you going to trust to get you out of trouble? Who else are you going to trust to bring you to success? Who else are you going to trust to make sure everything else is all right except yourself? And if you don't trust yourself, then it says a lot about you. And you need to become the man that can trust himself. And this is two parts. It's number one, intuitive, understanding that no matter what happens, you'll find a way out. And number two, skill set. Building your skill set to a point where you know that no matter what happens, you're going to be all right. Like, for example, I'm learning sales. I know that in the next 3 years, I'm going to become one of the best salesmen. And I know that in those 3 years, I'm never going to be worried about money again, because I know that if everything went to shit, I still have a key ability, which is sales, which I can always go back to. And that is powerful. And it's not powerful because of the skill in itself. It's powerful because I can count on myself and I can always bet on myself. And so, if you're an ambitious young man who is looking to expand, who is looking to grow, and who is looking to be able to speak more directly with me, to have my advice, give me video recommendations, everything, I'm building a community of young men like this called Expansion. It's a free Discord. The link is in the bio. If you want to grow and if you want to bet on yourself, join. I'll see you in there.